Philippians chapter 2, verses 14 and 15. Do everything without grumbling or arguing, so that you may become blameless and pure, children of God without fault in a warped and crooked generation. Then you will shine among them like stars in the sky. All right. Yeah, the picture too. You know, Thanksgiving is not easy. So why bother, right? I mean, even though the Bible tells us to do everything without complaining and arguing, maybe the reason that Paul says that is that we haven't perfected it yet. And maybe if he knew how good we could be at complaining, he would change his tune. So I'm here to help you. I'm here for you. I got your back. I've got, if you follow these steps, you can be a better complainer. So this is how to be unthankful. First of all, keep a record. No matter how minute, keep track of all the things that bug you. Write it down. You know, we all have pet peeves, and if you write it down, then you will be able to keep track of them better. And try to write down 2 or 3, let's make it 3 or 4 things every day that annoy you, lest you forget, regardless of how insignificant these things are. So set aside a time daily. So every day, sit down with your little book or your little list, your white or your yellow tablet, and you write down all the things, or think about all the things that people do to bug you. And whenever you find yourself being accidentally thankful, pull out that list and read it. And remind yourself, just how annoying people are. Here's a good idea, too. You can write them on little cards and post them around your house. Right? So wherever you go, you can see all the annoying things, things that bug you. Okay, so that's number 1. Keep a record. Number 2, use negative words whenever you can. See, grateful people, thankful people, aren't that different than us. But they don't have the same grip on reality that we do. And what they need to do is to practice reciting their frustrations more. So language matters, and you've got to pay attention to the adjectives that you use. The more strongly you label things, the better you're going to be able to cultivate your grumbling spirit. So use adjectives like this: horrible. That's really good at restaurants. Food was horrible. Bad, well, that kind of goes for restaurants. It's just bad. Bad could be the weather, right? Yeah. Atrocious. This one is just to impress people that you know a word like atrocious, right? How about irritating? You apply this to people. That guy's really irritating. Or if you really want to use a strong one, this one. Stupid. This is a good one for people. We could apply this to just about anybody or anything anybody does. The words we use are important. If we use positive words, we're going to think positively about things. We don't want to do that. Let's stick with the annoying, negative adjectives. Let me try something. I think I'm getting feedback to this thing. Hopefully. Nope. Could you go over there and turn that one off, or is it already turned off? I think I'm getting feedback. That's annoying. It's another one of those things, feedback, and put it up there. It's annoying. Okay. So, number 3 is to be constantly distracted. Multitask all the time. You see, thankful people usually can't remember or refuse to remember the bad stuff that's happened, and they don't worry enough about the bad stuff that could happen. Right? So, if you want to be an A+ complainer and grumbler, you must be able to do both. Always multitask. Always. Don't waste your time by simply enjoying a meal or a beautiful sunset. Entertain yourself by being on the phone or watching TV all the time. If you give yourself too much time to focus on the good and the positive stuff that's happening around you all the time, you miss out on all the potential threats on the horizon that are coming along. And also, you forget about the bad stuff that you've already experienced. So, remember, multitask, okay? Number 4, focus on yourself when you pray. So when you pray, this is time to tell God what you want and to complain about the things you don't have. I mean, praising God for who he is, that's just a waste of time because God already knows that he's great. You don't have to tell him that all the time. He knows that, right? So focus your attention on what you want, what you don't have, and certainly don't bring other people's needs before God. I mean, they don't matter, do they, really? It's what you want. And then this final one, number 5, is let your health deteriorate. Thankfulness and physical health tend to work together. We are hybrid beings. We're both spiritual and physical beings. And both the spiritual affects the physical affects the spiritual. So if you want to be a really negative person, let your health deteriorate. Healthy people are usually positive people. So, and then when you're a positive person, that leads to more healthy choices. I mean, it's a vicious cycle, right? So, don't waste your time. Let your health deteriorate. Make sure that you are not getting all the sleep you need. That's very important because sleep, when you're tired, when you're tired, you get anxious. And anxiety is like steroids for complainers. Oh, and also, never forget, always remember, exercise is poison. Exercise is poison. You get endorphins from exercise. Those are pleasure chemicals. You don't want that in your brain, right? That's going to cause you to, it's going to prevent you from recognizing all the awful realities of the world. You can't afford to let anything stand in the way of that, can you? Okay, of course. Hopefully, you realize, it's all tongue-in-cheek, right? You realize that we really don't need help to become complainers. We're pretty good at it, just the way we are. But if you think about it, if you think back over those 5 points, if you reverse them, I don't mean in order, but you reverse their direction. Keep a record of the positive things that happen in your life. Use positive words. Be present, time and place, wherever you are. Focus on God and others when you pray. And take care of your health. If you reverse these things, you'll be able to show what it looks like to be grateful